Mic trigger. Mic lock. Button is on. Finish recording. Button.
Hey friends, it's your person right here. It's Bean from Bean's World, just waking up with his coffee. Channel news real quick. I'm doing some posts and some videos, and hopefully our consciences will all rest and everything, whatever that means. Yeah, so Channel News then, I've just uploaded the VTech video. The Chat and Discover. That's on my channel. You can go watch it. And I wasn't going to do a video of it, but I thought, well, wasn't many videos on YouTube of it. There was a power up and a shutdown, but that's all there was. And what happens when your batteries fail in it, but there wasn't any actual videos of it being showed off. So I had to show it off. It's more of a show and tell than an actual review, but at least it's up there. At least it's on video. At least, and it's more me comparing it to the Bluey Ring phone, which I had to do that because it's very like the Bluey phone, and because I had both phones, I had to just thought, well, for marketing purposes, it would make a great video if I compared the two, wouldn't it? And so say, oh, I'm doing this video, and but I've got more plans. I've got, I don't buy new things just to do videos on, but I am doing a more kind of, I've got a magic show video. I've got, just tons of stuff for this channel. I've got some Tales from the Vaults. I've got a Tales from the Vaults update with, I'm going to do, because that's something I'm going to do. I am going to do more communal posts on this channel. I know it's a bit annoying for you guys to see, but communal posts on this channel, I'm just using this channel as like not cutting my teeth per se, but this is like the chill out channel, where I just put the stuff that I love to do. And I'm really glad that the VTech stuff is being pushed out there, and the Fisher Price. I really, this is a pretend and play channel. Let's go for it. Let's roll with it. Let's bring the imaginary friends to light. But it's not a vlogging channel, so there will be a couple of vlogs. I hate to break the rule. A couple of vlogs on here, but those will be more or less, a tribute to someone that we're doing. There's a tribute to someone we're doing, and then there's something else that's more kind of in the vloggy style, but they're special videos. They're special videos, everybody. Way, they're special. Woo! Yeah, they're special videos, and they have to be. Oh yeah, and speaking of vloggy kind of videos, if you will, there is me and Charles. There's a building video, I think, another builder's yard, being at the builder's yard. But there's me and Charles, a day in the life with Charles Whitman. That's actually coming to the channel, and it includes a real van. Wow, real van. We've been trying to do this video for a while, and it's happening. So there's a real van. We did try getting hold of the Dip Monkey Garage to see if we can go down there and do a video, but I think they're massive, aren't they? They're huge. So, we can't really go down and do a video at their garage. We might see if we can still go down and get a few pictures and stuff, but I don't think. They're very busy, they're an actual business. We have asked, but I'm not gonna poke the bear. You know, if they don't really want to do anything, that's all good. I've tried I'm still trying other auto centers to see, hey, can we come down? Can we do a video? Can we do a video? Can we do a video? Can we come down and do a video, please? Please, can we come down and do a video? It'd be fantastic. So yeah, it might be the case, but we are doing a video this week, kind of boring, but sort of vlogish. There's a real guy who passed away, and I don't know if Sue how she wants us to keep him alive, because I don't want to see him as like, oh, Steve's the dead guy. Can we keep him alive? Can we keep his memory alive? There must be something that we can do to keep him alive and keep him well, you know? Keep his spirit rocking and rolling in the community. I think that's important, don't you think? So I think we could just make it about this guy. I think, you know, okay, he's passed away, people know that, but I think, what can we do to keep him alive? What can we do to keep his spirit alive? That's, you know, grief is a strange thing, and how do we help other people? You know, I did this channel for me. I did this channel's different to the other channel. I did both channels for me originally, but the other channel's actually going places this channel isn't. And, I kind of want to, if I'm doing something on the internet, if I'm using my imaginary friends blog or whatever, what's there a way that I can keep people alive, the memory of Steve alive? How can we do it? Because he was. I mean, Sue says that I'm the next Steve, but I can't walk around with handcuffs. I've said that to Sue. I can't do it, but needless to say, that doesn't mean that I can't keep his memory alive. I can do that, at least. But I need the people in the community. I'm gonna go to the station. I'm gonna interview people there, and I'm gonna do it as an interview. You know, me interviewing people about Steve. I want it to be done as raw, uncut, unedited, really as a tribute to Steve. Because I just think this is important. You know, I feel like it's my calling to do this. You know, the Imaginary Friends blog, if I'm going to get imaginary friends back into community, how are we going to do this? I've thought, how can we do a big project and this is it, you know? How can we keep someone's memory alive, and how can we help Sue through it as well? So it's a big thing. Grief does strange things. People grieve in different ways. You know, again, it's what society tells you to do, and I've spoke about that on my other channel. I did another video. I had to re-script it. I did a video unscripted, which I've done 2 versions of it. I did the unscripted version, left that unedited, but I had to re-script it, and there's a reason why. Because I was talking about sex and relationships with autism, and the one thing I said was that society tells you how to do something, you know, and necessarily society isn't going to speak to that person in that way. It's not, that person isn't made that way for society. You know, if you don't cry when someone dies, well, you're going to grieve in other ways, you know, shock, you may be shocked, stunned, glued to the point, you know? I mean, I'm going to be honest, I didn't cry when my nana died, but I was sad when I knew she was going in the ground. That's a bit personal, but you know, I wasn't sad in the actual church, in the actual funeral. But I did feel like I had to support Mummy at that point, because I kept telling Mummy, it's all right to be sad. It's all right. And she, at that point, she was cross, not sad. I said, Mother, I said, it will hit you. Believe me, it will. And she didn't listen to me, and then it did hit her, but in a different way. I knew. I mean, for me personally, I have my own thoughts about it all, but you know, I think the only person I actually cried was when Grandad Matt died. I cried then. But it all depends. I mean, I knew a friend who died. And he was in a band with us. And I really missed him. But I couldn't. I couldn't. I was shocked. It was like, oh, he's gone. But that's not the way, you know, for my mum at the time, for Mummy, all she saw was, oh, he's gone. But no, I did struggle with it, but in my own way. I didn't cry, because I couldn't cry. But more or less it was like that person's just been deleted. You know, it's like the Matrix when they get deleted. It was that kind of, you know, it was like, I mean, I remember when I was told in the morning, and I went in to play in the band that morning, and I just thought, no, he's going to come in a few minutes, you know? Because there were some times when he would come in late, you know? But no, he was gone. And it changed the whole band, because it just did. It even changed me, because I was actually, in that point, I was sick of playing the way that everybody else wanted to play. Yeah, I'll talk about that in another video on my other channel, but in a music appreciation vid, but that actually happened. So the Imaginary Friends blog, I know like this channel's sort of connected to that in a way, but I really, really want to push the Facebook page this year. And I've thought about getting a website for years, but I'm doing a Tumblr. If people want to go to there, but I think the Facebook page is doing very well. I thought there was a woman in church. Can't think of her name now. Otherwise, I'd say her name. Lovely lady, absolutely lovely lady. And she said, "Oh, why don't you do your imaginary friends as a blog? Why don't you do a blog about it?" And I thought, yeah, I'll do a blog. But I couldn't, doing a blog is actually difficult than it is. So I thought, you know what? A Facebook page. Everybody can find that. And so they did. And the thing was, the Imaginary Friends blog, I don't know why, but people have accepted that. There used to be a place around the corner called the Imagination Station, and we told them about our imaginary friend, and they would be asking every time the door would open, and this lady called Catherine. And in fact, even though they've closed and gone out of business, I bumped into a lady on the bus, and she said, "Oh, one of my friends works for Playtown and she's following you." I'm like, oh. So the people that work for Playtown, I know that they follow the Facebook page, which is why it's kind of watered down, and there's things we have to hold back on a little bit, which is why we've got Wattpad. Yay! Well, actually, I've not done that, but I've treated that as a blog a little bit, because I'm doing some serialized fiction on there, which is Tales from the Vaults, but there's also Tales from the Vaults. Now, the Imaginary Friends blog itself, deals with, there's a lot of things, imaginary friends, and putting them into the real world. That has sort of done. And what's really amazed me is the amount of people that ask about my imaginary friends, people that have never asked before. And people have asked about me because of that page. I'm like, well, no, the page is not about me, it's about my imaginary friends. But, I think Facebook wants you to share other stuff now, so I do share other stuff, what my imaginary friends are into and stuff like that. And we're trying to promote other companies too, using the Imaginary Friends blog. Even if the Dip Monkey Garage want us to promote them, we can just do that through the Imaginary Friends blog. Pretty simple, It's a pretty simple task, that. Well, it's simple if they help us get content, but, the Imagination Station around the corner, we'd buy a Pepsi from them now and then, or we'd go in and I'd buy a Pepsi from them. Or sometimes I would, we did stuff with them, actually. I think, me and Thomas, we went in and made some slime with them. What else did we do? They let me play with a toy cash machine. And I did all that to promote the Facebook, So we helped each other out there, really, but I didn't know that Playtown Southport were following me on Facebook till someone told me. They said, "Oh yeah, one of my friends, they follow you, Playtown Southport." Well, actually, I follow them first, and then they follow. Well, I don't know if they actually follow me, but there's still people out there that are following me and watching out for me, but I've got to be careful with it, we censor things a little bit because, yeah. But what we're trying to do with the Imaginary Friends blog is do something a little different. We're trying to make videos, which are going onto this YouTube channel, showing what Charles does. You've seen what me and Andy do. But me and Charles are sort of, we're going out on the road. We're not going out on the road, but that's all pretend and play, really. But using a real van, that's been a task. But we might still go and ask people, do they still want, can we promote you as the Imaginary Friends? I might ask the Tap and Bottles actually as well if we can do something, because we've been friends with the Tap and Bottles for like ages. And yeah. I think as well, if we just promote that part of Southport, do something that people aren't really doing. Unfortunately, we can't do the augmented reality thing, but what we can do is we can put the Imaginary Friends there. We can put them into those places, and that promotes the company a little bit. But I think my other channel, The Media Mogul, I've said when it gets to 100 subscribers, I'm going to go monetize with it because it's such a big channel. I'm going to take some videos off that have had copyright notice and all this, change the channel absolutely, completely just change it. It'll be a vlog channel. That's what it is. This channel is a different channel, pretend and play, showing off some toys, showing off some VTech products, and, learn through play, really. We've thought of actually, a lot of people say, it's great you do these videos. I mean, as an autistic person, as well as a visually impaired person, I think it's great coming out as this childlike figure. And that's what Bean's World's all about, It's me as this childlike person coming out and doing the videos, and it makes it a lot harder to work. I've got a video which I'm doing, which I haven't done yet, which needs to be finished. And yeah. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you like and subscribe and all the rest of it. And don't forget to check all the other videos on here. Bye for now.
Mic trigger. Mic lock. Finish recording.